Hi everybody, Patrick here, coming to you from my home today because my family is sick, so I stay here, take care of them, but they are resting now, so I have a little bit of time. And there is this interview that I want to talk about, a deep review made with Fujifilm managers, and we want to see what they said, but also what they didn't say. So this is the article. I will just discuss it here very briefly. If you want to know more, go to FujiRumors, I leave the link down below. First, they talk about how Fujifilm expects the market situation to be in 2023, and they say they expect it to be relatively stable with some fluctuations, and they also say that a lot will depend on how interesting the products are that the various companies will launch. And Fujifilm here says, we certainly have some introductions coming that we are very excited about. For that, my friends, you have to follow FujiRumors in the next few days, weeks and months, so we will cover it all. The next thing they talk about is if skipping full frame was the right decision for Fujifilm. And I think now, yes, now we can draw a conclusion. Why? Because the X mount is like 11 years old and the GFX system is 6 years old, so there is enough time to see how did it go. Was it a successful move? Fujifilm is very happy with this move. They say it was a good business decision to skip full frame because APS-C has its strengths, medium format has its strengths, and they are gonna use those strengths against the full frame system. And here, for example, they repeat there is no middle ground, so there is no chance that they go full frame at this point. Now let's move on to the X-H2S, and here what they say, they talk about the challenges of developing the fifth generation platform and so forth, but they say that the X-H2S has positively affected the X mount as a whole. Why? Because now dealers can recommend the X system to all kind of photographers. So now let's scroll down, you can read the full article on FujiRumors. So we stop a moment here at the video section because the managers were asked, is Fujifilm considering to launch a dedicated video X-series camera? And this is what I have to say. We know we have the technology, so we are always looking into the possibility. What this means is nothing. Basically, this means we don't have any plans, and maybe in future we're looking. It's always a possibility, but it really means nothing. They have no plans about it, but it's a very elegant way to answer such a question. The next section is again about the GFX system, where they say that with the GFX system they target also high-end full-frame users. Then they go talking about the success of the X100 series. So, and now we come to the part that created some confusion, false hopes, and we're gonna talk about it. So the DPR review team asked, looking at the success of the X100 series, asked the managers, are you looking into a fixed lens GFX system camera? And this is what the managers had to say. First they say never, which means nothing. And then they say, if it was the size of the X100V, I use it. It depends on the size. So they stress a lot the fact it has to be compact. It has basically to be a pocketable camera. And then they go on saying, Fujifilm is aware of such a request. And if we made a GFX format with a fixed lens, it might be a similar gateway to our GFX system as the X100V is for the X system, which is interesting for us. So this sentence gave a lot of hopes to people, but keep in mind that just right before they said here, if it was the size of the X100V, it depends on the size. And now I'm gonna put up on the screen from camera size, I'm gonna compare the smallest GFX cameras with the X100V. And you can see that there is still a significant size difference. Fujifilm didn't really shut down the door completely to a fixed lens GFX camera, but they also made us understand there is still a lot of work to do, because if we are going to make it, it must be as small as possible, as pocketable as possible. So personally, I wouldn't put too much hope into it. I'm very careful. It's also a bit, I agree with Dan who said in the comments that's basically a no, but it's a very kind way to say no. So that was it already. Feel free to go to FujiRumors to check out the more in-depth article, and see you in the next video. Bye.